cow. All right, guys, so we're here on the farm. It's thankfully here because the day before yesterday, we had an intense experience here. And it was all part of the hurricane that we had, Hurricane Milton. But the news really wasn't the hurricane itself here, but what happened in the hurricane, because we're about 200 miles away from where that hurricane made landfall. As you guys may know, it made landfall over in the Tampa area. And some of our good friends, like Cletus and Kyle and those guys, they are over there weathering that hurricane. But here, we were sitting back, we were pretty much in the clear. And we had a couple of squalls coming because there was one big band that was coming off of that hurricane. And when it was shooting north, that band was shooting up north, it was scraping this area. And that happens typically, not a big deal. We get some tropical storm force winds, maybe a hurricane gust or two, but nothing crazy. In that band, there were some cells, some supercells that were building. And you could see on the radar the clear signature of tornadoes. And we get tornadoes, nothing crazy there either, but not like this. We're in Florida, as you guys probably know, and if you don't, I'm in Florida. And we have a hurricane that's coming from the west. We're on the east side, luckily, so not seeing much of anything coming through for us. But I figured I would just talk about it because I do get quite a few people asking me, "Are you guys safe? Are you leaving? Are you evacuating? Are this?" No. Everything's fine on this side of the state. Over here, at least where we are in southeast Florida, there is no threat really at all. All right, so now it's a few hours later and the clouds are kind of the same still. And the rain is kind of the same still. It's still raining on and off, nothing too crazy. You can see the wind is blowing the trees a little bit, but that's like a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind probably, something like that. Maybe some gusts in the 30s, but nothing even remotely hurricane-ish. Just that type of wind. I'd say 20 to 30. That's probably where we're at. And again, that's like gusting, so it's not like a constant wind. So not too bad. But I hear that storm surge over in Tampa, or in Naples actually, right now is coming in hard. So the storm, I think, is going to make a beeline for Tampa. We're still looking good over here on this side. We had a couple of tornadoes reported about, I don't know, 40, 45 miles from here. It's not too close. Well, we had a tornado come real close. It's passed right there. In that there is a tornado in there. That is a tornado right there. This is west of Wellington, just west of Wellington. It's on the edge of Wellington. That tornado passed Flying Cow Road. Big boy. Wow, big lightning. All right, I'm going back inside. That's enough for me. Well, here we are, the next day, and we're alive. So this was an intense experience. This hurricane was completely unlike anything I've ever seen before. It reached way out here, hundreds of miles away, and it dropped some banger tornadoes. The damage is extensive. Our small community, Wellington, is west of West Palm Beach. It's a rural community. We do horses and stuff. And we got rocked. My neighbors down the street lost everything. And there's like a few streets down. This tornado came out of a wildlife preserve that's nearby, and it just made its way northeast, and it just cut a path through our neighborhood, through the Aero Club, which is the aeronautical community, Meadowwood, Binks Forest, and then made its way across Southern Boulevard, cut its way down D Road, and did damage in Loxahatchee, and kept on trucking north. I think it made it all the way to Jupiter. These were long track tornadoes. We had an outbreak of tornadoes, and very, very unusual to see tornadoes of that size and that stature to be spawned from a hurricane. This is a very dense tropical environment. We don't have that big frontal incursion that usually is required to create those crazy Midwest and Oklahoma style twisters. These were, so to put it into perspective, typically we see EF0 tornadoes here. Not uncommon. Water spouts, ropey, thin, cool looking, haha, laugh at them, take pictures and scare your neighbors. Look what I saw. That's where we usually get. We usually don't get anything over that. These were, in my opinion, EF2 plus, and I got the damage to prove it. So we'll see what they come up with, but we've never seen this. This has never happened here. I've never seen this style. We're talking wedge tornadoes, like from Twister, the movie. Unreal. The sound was intense. We got a warning on our phones, thankfully, and it really, I mean, God, I don't know if it did worse. I don't know if it did harm just because we were so scared, but we got the warning, and then I looked at the radar, and you could see that signature on the radar, and it was making a beeline. There was two of them. One was making a beeline for us, and I said to myself, I'm going to open that door, and if I see what I think I see, or what I think I'm looking at on his radar, we're done for. So I opened the door, looked out the front to the south, and there it was. Not only was it a big, huge wedge, probably about 4 miles away, 5 miles away, but it was the sound. The sound that it made, I've never heard it before. It sounded like a thunder, like thunder from lightning. It sounded like thunder that just wouldn't stop. It was like continuous thunder. Some people say it sounds like a freight train. In my opinion, it sounded like thunder. And as it got closer, it just got deeper and angrier. And when it was right upon us, we got maybe, it came within a quarter mile to eighth of a mile from us. And at that distance, the ground is shaking. I'm not prepared for that. Like, this is crazy. I'm from Florida. The ground was shaking from a tornado. I've never experienced anything like that. I've been through volcanoes, earthquakes, but not that. Not that. So anyway, I am glad to be standing on firm ground right now, and the hurricane has passed, those tornadoes passed, but you can check it out if you want. Sorry for rambling, but this was an extreme experience for me, and I'm glad that we made it through. Now, my neighbors, like I said, they lost everything. This place needs help. Lots of cleanup to do. No good. Are you okay? Okay. These trees are completely stripped. This tornado went right through here. This is the path, you can see. I'm gonna go see what we can do, but the power is out, internet's out, everything's out. We don't know when we're gonna get it back. All the lines are down on the ground, tangled up in a mess. Some people north of here lost their lives. Terrible. There was more tornadoes, obviously. But anyway, check it out. Look it up. Wellington tornado. I'll see you guys in the next one.